Chapter 598, Monkeys vs Crocodiles. It starts in Lincoln's room. He was at his desk and he was writing a book. Lincoln, it's been 3 months since Lisa's machine that zapped me, Lynn and Lily, and gave all 3 of us superpowers like Superman. Me and Lynn were playing with Lily as she got a little bit excited, and Lynn put her down before anyone else sees her thoughts about asking Lynn to be her Superman. Until we hear police cars and SWAT teams that have surrounded us, and they aim their guns at the front door and a guy is holding a microphone. Man, attention Lincoln and Lynn, loud by order of the President of the United States, you two are under arrest for having powers. You two have 2 options: 1, surrender and be in our secret military base and have extremely painful experiments performed on you 2, or 2, die. I yelled out the window. Lincoln, why would you do that? We did nothing wrong or kill anyone. Men, your friend Clyde showed us the video of you two using your powers at a abandoned train station, and we checked to see if he's lying, but he's telling the truth, and we saw the damage you two done. You have the count of 10 before we come in and open fire. Lynn, Lincoln, they found out that you, me, and Lily have our powers. They will do painful experiments on her. She's just a baby and we can't let them do that to her. We have to fight or run away from our own home. Lily, Winky, giggle. I knew that only Lisa and Clyde know about our powers, but we can only trust Lisa for now. I knew we didn't have enough time to pack as Lynn picked up Lily with her teddy bear and I opened the door and used my heat ray to blow up some cars. As the cops were not looking, Lynn was able to fly off into the sky as they opened fire at me. Bang. Bang. Bang bang. Lincoln, luckily we are bulletproof. Me, that's a great story so far, Lincoln. Lincoln, yep. I figured I want to write a book and base it on some of our adventures. Me, it sure is awesome. In the living room, Luan, Eddie, Lindsay, George, Harold, Sonic, Tails, Amy, Scratch, Grounder and Coconuts were watching Sonic cartoons. They saw Dr. Robotnik fire a cactus from a cannon, and as it went after him, Sonic made a taunting funny face at it and grabbed a needle and used it as a toothpick, and Sonic sped off and the cactus stopped as it was panting from exhaustion, and it gave up and went back into the cannon. The cannon then exploded and covered Dr. Robotnik in sharp cactus needles. The next scene shows a robot pulling cactus needles out of him and he was yelping in pain. They laughed hard. George, that was so funny. Luan, that was an awesome funny scene. Coconuts, I'm glad that is not happening to me anymore. Harold, me too, Coconuts. Lindsay, I'm so glad you are not on sanitation duty anymore. Eddie, yeah, Dr. Aro Fartnik was a nasty rotten egg. Scratch, laughs, that was funny. Grounder, yeah. Me, we sure sucked it too, Dr. Robotnik V. Laney, we sure did. Then the alarm went off. Me, oh. Scratch, what was that? Me, oh, that was our crisis alarm. It tells us whenever crime is going on in any part of the world or the universe. Scratch, oh. We went to the computer and saw a nasty fight break out in the Moon Prison cafeteria. Me, oh. We got a huge fight over in the Moon Prison. Let's go. Grounder, I was hoping you would lock up Dr. Robotnik in one of your prisons. Me, well, that would have been a wise idea, but because he is too smart he would escape and we can't have that. So when we deal with people like him we have to kill him. Scratch, good idea, JD. Me, thanks. Let's go. We flew up to the moon. At the Moon Prison we were walking down the halls. Nico, walking through the Moon Prison hallway. Okay, this is probably the first time we've had to break up a prison fight. Me, first times for everything, Nico. We got into the cafeteria and saw a nasty fight with all the inmates. Me, wow. What a brawl. Lincoln, it sure is. Giselle, punches Ross, some demon's head you are. Me, Giselle Razor. I should have known. Lori, I'm going to finish what I started in California. Lori went up to her and punched her in the face. Pow. Giselle crashed into a table. Lori, to Giselle if it were any other inmate being beaten up, then I wouldn't mind. But no one tries to kill the father of J.D's fiancé. Giselle? Lori? What are you doing here? Lori, what else? I'm going to literally finish what I started in California. This time you die. Lori flared up her super angel aura and fired a blast of wind at her and sent her crashing into another table. Nico, to Giselle Razor, you have failed this universe. Hurls Ja's knife at her. The knife hit Giselle in the leg and it skewered all the way through her leg and she screamed in pain. Me, nice shot. We were enjoying some of Cajun Fox's cooking. It was spicy but awesome and tasty. Me, Cajun Fox sure makes great food. Nico, oh yeah. It's spicy but really tasty. Lainey, it sure is good. Lana, I'll say. Lynn, I love spicy meatball subs and Cajun Fox's po' boy sandwiches are delicious. Lola, they sure are tasty. Lori punched Giselle in the face and kicked her in the stomach and kicked her in the mouth and knocked out some of her teeth. Giselle belched up some blood. Lynn, let's use our combo on her Lori. Lori, you got it Lynn. Lynn fired a blast of lava and Lori fired a blast of wind. Lori and Lynn, volcanic storm blast. The blasts combined and turned into a cloud of fire and it covered Giselle and burned her badly. Lori, JD, can you help me with this? I saw this on TV at one time. Me, sure Lori. I have a feeling I know what you are about to do. I sprouted my electric tail and it wrapped around Giselle's neck and I held her up and Lori viciously tortured her by punching her in the back really hard and she was being viciously punched her all over the place. Me, grunts, wow. Lori, you have a strong punch on you. Lori, well, when you've put up with 12 siblings for 17 years you literally tend to build up a lot of muscle mass. Me, grunts, I believe it. I may not have as many siblings as you do biologically but that's true. Giselle belched up a huge amount of blood. Gohan, I remember Frisia torturing Vegeta like this. Krillin, I'm getting a strong sense of poetic justice here. Piccolo, I find it fitting for her. Nico went over to Roz. Nico, you alright, Roz? Roz Al Ghul, I am fine, Nicholas. I am immortal, after all. Maria, but that doesn't mean you're invincible. Roz, that's true. Me, grunts, wow. Beating her up like this must be very therapeutic for you Lori. Lori, punches Giselle viciously, it literally is JD. Lincoln, can I join in JD? Me, sure buddy. Lincoln was punching Giselle in the chest with a vicious and ferocious barrage of punches and kicks. Me, grunts, wow. You two really have gotten stronger over time. Lincoln, thanks to you JD. And thanks to helping out my sisters for a while. Me, grunts, I believe it. Lori and Lincoln were viciously beating up Giselle at a vicious rate and they were going to make sure that she pays dearly for all the years of pain and suffering she has caused in Michigan. Me, okay that's enough guys. Lori you can finish her now. Lori, with pleasure. Lori was enveloped in a ball of fire and she turned into Lori Volcana and I threw Giselle into the air and Lori fired a huge blast of fire and incinerated her in an instant. Giselle Razor, the terror of Michigan, was killed instantly. Me, go to hell and stay there Giselle. Giselle's spirit appeared. Nicole, but hell is obviously too good for you. Chance an incantation, Aldruan in Lanthanal Vasalun Lyris Nor. Giselle was sucked into the book of vile darkness. Giselle, damn you JD. She was sealed into the book of vile darkness for all eternity. Nicole, I can tell even the devil himself would fear you. Me, yep. William, let that be a lesson to anyone who tries to pick a fight with the only well-behaved inmate here. Me, you tell them William. But we will never see Giselle Razor ever again. Back home we were resting after the fight and we were watching TV, reading books, and playing card games. I was playing Go Fish with Lola and Lisa. Me, Let's see. Lola, do you have any SIXS? Lola, ugh. She gave me 2 cards. Me, thank you. Lisa, do you have any 10s? Lisa, negative JD. Go fish. Me, darn. I draw a card. Lola, JD, why was Giselle fighting Ross? Me, she wanted the last tater tot and he had it but he wouldn't give it to her. Lisa, that is a very idiotic reason. Me, tell me about it. Lisa, second elder brother, do you possess any 8s? Me, just 1. I pull the card out of my hand and give it to her. But just as I was about to give it to her, the alarm went off. Me, uh-oh. We'll continue our game when we get back. We go to the computer. On a holographic map it showed that an island appeared by another island in the middle of French Polynesia and the island was emitting a strange energy reading. Me, this is really unusual. Another island appeared out of nowhere by this island here and it's like this island here is alive somehow. The energy reading the satellites are picking up is incredible. Nicole got a closer look at both islands and they were extremely familiar to her and she gasped. Nicole, I know those islands. Points to the first island. That island is Donkey Kong Island. Me, Donkey Kong Island? Awesome. I've known the Donkey Kong series for a long time and he is awesome and funny. Nicole, he sure is, and points to the second island. That island there is Crocodile Island. From the looks of things I would say that their old enemy King K. Rool, the Lord of the Kremlings, is behind this. Lily, I hate that overgrown lizard. Lana, I've seen him as you and Lincoln are playing Donkey Kong Country and he is pure evil. Nico, I don't know about you guys but I could use an alligator skin wallet and May could use an alligator skin purse. May, aw thanks Nico. Me, alright. Let's roll. Bowser Jr. Guys, I'm really nervous about seeing Donkey Kong again. Falcon, why is that? Bowser Jr. Because the last time I saw him was during the Mario Super Sluggers baseball thing. I went to his island and caused all kinds of trouble there. Nico, don't worry. We'll tell DK that you've changed. Me, that's right Jr. We're here to back you up. Bowser Jr. Thanks guys. We set out for the islands. We arrived at Donkey Kong Island. It was an awesome island that was in the shape of Donkey Kong's head and it was an amazing island. Me, it's just as beautiful as I remember seeing it. Lola, it sure is neat. Lana, I'll say. Hey you guys. We saw Donkey Kong and the whole DK crew, Diddy, Lanky, Tiny, Chunky, Dixie, Kitty, Cranky, Funky, and Candy Kong. Donkey Kong, Mario. It's been a while. How've you been? Mario, I've been good, DK. I also brought several of our Smasher friends with me. Donkey Kong, I can see that. Sonic, I never did get the chance to thank you for saving us from Tobu at the last minute. Sonic, no problem, buddy. If I hadn't stepped in, you guys would have been turned into trophies permanently. Diddy, we appreciate that man. Me, Donkey Kong and the DK crew, it's so awesome to meet you all. We are Team Loud Phoenix Storm. We introduced ourselves. Donkey Kong, it's awesome to meet you all. Cranky, we have heard so many good things about all of you. Candy, it's awesome how you saved the world from the evil Narissa. Me, not to brag but that is a battle we'll never forget. Chunky, it was. Why Bowser Jr. here? Me, it's okay Chunky. He changed his ways and he is no longer a bad guy. Mario, it's a true. Laney, I was able to help him realize the error of his ways and he helped us throw Bowser in prison. Me, he's in a prison on the bottom of the Marionette Trench. Lanky, that is a long way down. Tiny, that's the deepest place in the world and the water pressure is huge down there. Dixie, no kidding. Me, yep. It's 16,000 pounds of pressure per square inch and it's in total darkness. Donkey Kong, Well, that's a relief. Me, we heard that your old enemy K. Rool is up to no good with his island fortress. It's over there. Points to it across the way. We came here to throw him and his lackeys in prison for good. Donkey Kong, we have to stop him. He did all kinds of terrible things. But he primarily wants my banana hoard. Lori, that is literally disgusting. Lenny, totes. Luan, what would he want with all those bananas? Tiny, we don't really know Luan. Me, well, it sure is very unappealing. Rimshot. Most of us laugh and everyone else sighs. Luan, laughs. Good one, JD. Me, I've learned from the best. Funky, that was funny, dudes. Let's get you guys set up with some blasters and weapons. Me, okay. Funky took us into his armory and he made us awesome weapons. All blasters, and they were as follows. Me, chili pepper rifle. Nico, watermelon bazooka. Lori, blueberry pistol. Lenny, guava machine gun. Luna, plum crossbow. Luan, banana bow and arrows. Lynn, tomato shooter. Lincoln, orange rifle. Lucy, black licorice jelly bean blow dart gun. Lainey, strawberry rifle. Lana, walnut slingshot. Lola, grapefruit bazooka. Lisa, lime pistol. Lily, fig machine gun. Me, nice. My rifle looks like a 12-gauge shotgun for chili peppers. And it will deliver a spicy punch. Nico, I like mine, JD. It can bash bad guys' heads in. Lori, mine is literally awesome and I like being called a blueberry. Bobby, it's perfect for you, babe. Lenny, I totes love guava fruit and it is like so good for you. Plum, plums for me, dudes, and it's awesome. Luan, I got bananas. This is gonna be so awesome. Lynn, tomatoes are perfect for me. Lincoln, I'm not sure Kushina would agree. She has always hated that fruit and that name. Lynn, I know. Lincoln, mine fires oranges. Lucy, mine fires black licorice jelly beans. Me, ew. I hate black licorice. It's not my kind of flavor. Lainey, strawberries are good. Lana, mine fires walnuts. Those are hard nuts to crack. Me, I know. They are practically the most difficult nuts to crack open. Lola, mine fires grapefruit. Sour punch. Me, I don't like grapefruit. It's too sour for me. Lisa, my pistol fires fruits from the citrus class of the Aranciifolia class. Street name, limes. Me, nice. Lily, mine fires figs. Me, looks like we got some great weapons. Candy, let's get you guys some musical instruments. Me, okay, Candy. We went to Candy's workshop and she gave us awesome instruments. They are as follows. Me, snare drums. Nico, bassoon. Lori, trumpet. Lenny, flute. Luna, electric guitar. Luan, whoopee cushion. Lynn, tuba. Lincoln, cello. Lucy, oboe. Lainey, saxophone. Lana, conga drums. Lola, cymbals. Lisa, theremin. Lily, clarinet. Me, nice. A long time ago I used to play the snare drums in band class in elementary school. Luna, that is rockin'. Lenny, this is gonna be so much fun. Me, I think we're ready to go to Crocodile Isle. Donkey, let's do it. Everyone, yet. We set out for Crocodile Isle. Me, get ready, K. Rool. We're coming for you. Gangplank Galleon. We were on K. Rool's old ship Gangplank Galleon. After K. Rool was defeated the first time, it was left sitting here on Crocodile Isle to rot like a rotting lound. Me, wow. So this is Gangplank Galleon. Donkey, yes. After we defeated K. Rool the first time, it was left to sit here. Laney, that is so odd. Then we saw a Neek. It looked like a real ship rat. Lenny jumped into Lori's arms. Lenny, you. A rat. Me, that's a Neek. They look like real ship rats. Laney, let me work my magic. Laney tamed it and it became her friend. Laney, it's okay guys. Will, looks like Mr. Huggles has another playmate. Me, yep. Lenny, well that's a relief. Suddenly Lenny got a pounding headache. Lenny, oh my head. Me, what's wrong Lenny? Suddenly some plants grew all around her and wrapped around her. When they left Lenny was forever changed. She had roses in her hair, a green leotard, long gloves, and boots made of leaves. Me, whoa. Lenny you look exactly like Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy, sure does. Then a critter along with some clumps arrived. Critter, to Bowser Jr. Hey, me and my boys know you. You're that brat that invaded the boss territory that one time. Bowser Jr., of course I am. It's amazing how you and I have reversed positions. Critter, now we get to pay you back for meddling in our business. Lenny wrapped them around in bramble vines and crushed them to death and she slashed some of them apart with her sword. Lincoln, nice work Lenny. Lenny, thanks Linky. Earth, that was so awesome. Lily, it sure was. Suddenly an energy wave appeared out of nowhere and it hit Lenny and she was in a gravitational vortex. Suddenly without warning a kludge appeared and swiped some of the vortex's energy. When the vortex faded Lenny had gravity powers but at half strength. The good news. Lenny just got gravity powers. The bad news? Kludge managed to steal a good portion of those powers before she got chosen and has now gotten stronger. Kludge, I'm even more powerful than before. Spyday, are you also nicer? Kludge threw a tree at Spyday. Spyday, dodges tree I guess not. Xian swooped in and slashed apart the kludge and killed him and the power he stole went into Lenny and she was at full strength. Lenny got her gravity powers from Chia, the Mayan goddess of the moon. Once every 275 years she gives her powers over gravity to a worthy soul. But there is a major catch. That person has to also get another set of powers from an outside source. That was a really cool legend. Lenny, thanks for killing Kludge, Xian. I can feel the rest of my gravity powers flowing through me. Xian, no problem, Lenny. But I have a feeling that a few more villains might follow Kludge's example. Me, he was rendered weak when he stole part of your gravity powers Lenny. Our powers cannot be stolen. They have to be earned or you have to be chosen to receive them. Me, let's see what this blaster can do. I pull out my chili pepper rifle and fired it at a critter and it fired a chili pepper. And when the chili pepper hit him it exploded with the power of 5 pounds of napalm. Kaboom. The fire blast was so powerful that it incinerated all the Kremlings on the ship. Me, well. Inhales, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It smells like victory. Lola, well played sir. Me, that was awesome. Donkey, great shot JD. Me, thanks DK. I could get used to this. We pressed on and continued exploring the ship. Along the way we encountered many creatures on the ship and Lana and Laney tamed them all. We pulverized and blasted critters, crunches, and many more types of Kremlings on the ship. Until we got to the nest of Crow. He was a huge vulture and he had an endless supply of eggs. Me, Crow is a vulture. Nature's cruelest mistake. Lincoln, I got this. Lincoln fired his orange rifle and it hit him and blew him away and sent him crashing into the ocean. Lana, awesome. Lola, nice shooting Linky. Me, way to go buddy. Lanky, that was a great shooting there. We continued on. Crocodile Cauldron. We were now in the volcanic lava landscape of Crocodile Isle's Crocodile Cauldron. It was really hot and it was making us sweat like pigs. Lava lakes and rivers were everywhere, and the main mountain of Crocodile Cauldron was a huge volcano that could be seen on the horizon. Me? Wow. This place is extremely dangerous. Tyranny? It sure is. Cornelia? It's hard to imagine how dangerous this place is. Megan? It sure is. Me? No kidding. Lola? This place is really hot though. Lana? No kidding. We pressed on and saw lots more creatures. We saw giant bees called zingers, and they had stingers that looked like they can hurt. We also saw lots of strange stuff. We saw spinnies and bristles, and they looked like hedgehogs and porcupines. Lainey tamed them. We got to the top of the volcano and we encountered the sword Cleaver. It was a sword with a skull and crossbones hilt and a fierce blade. Me? Cleaver. Lola? That sword looks fierce. Lucy? That sword is possessed by an evil spirit and it has fire powers. Lincoln? We have to get rid of the spirit in the sword. Lucy? Let me work my magic. Lucy lifted the sword up and chanted an exorcism incantation, and the spirit in the sword left it, and Nicole sealed it into the book of vile darkness. Cleaver went to Tyranny and it was now her own sword. Tyranny? I have my own sword. Me? You sure do, Tyranny. Will? That is so cool. Irma? You mean that is so hot. Rimshot. Luan? Laughs. Good one, Irma. Me? That was a good one. Tiny? Lucy, you are an amazing girl. Lucy? I get around, Tiny. Me? Let's move on, guys. We continued on. Krem Key. We were in the swamplands of the perilous Krem Key. It was a wicked swamp, and it was like a malevolent version of the Okefenokee swamp on the Georgia and Florida border. Me? Boy, this swamp gives me the creeps. Lori? This place is literally the scariest swamp I have ever seen. Lincoln? It sure is. There's no telling what kind of danger may be here. Lana? This swamp is really cool. It reminds me of my jungle back home. Lily? It does look like that, doesn't it? Me? I know. Nicole? This is Krem Key. The most treacherous swamp in Crocodile Isle, and it is full of all kinds of dangerous obstacles. Lucy? Wicked. Just saying the name sounds very dangerous. Lainey? No kidding. Help. Anyone there? Help me. Luna? Sounds like someone is in trouble, dudes. Luan? Points to a clearing. It's coming from over there. Me? I got this. I fly up and stand on a branch, and I saw a girl with red hair and brown eyes, and she was chest deep in quicksand. Me? Celica from Fire Emblem. Hang on. I see a vine and grab it. Me? Celica, I'm gonna swing to you. Grab my hand when I do. Celica? Okay. Hurry. Me? Here we go. I swung on the vine and did a Tarzan yell. Tarzan yell from 1999. I held out my hand and Celica grabbed it, and I pulled her out of the quicksand and she grabbed onto my back. Me? Hold on tight, Celica. Celica? You're JD. Knudsen. Me? That's right. Celica, Marth, Ike, and Roy told me so much about you. Everyone in the Super Smash tournament talks so much about you. Me? So I have noticed. We swung and landed by everyone. Me? Hey guys. Samus, Celica. Celica, Samus. They hugged. Samus, it's so good to see you. The Super Smash tournament was a fierce one. Celica, I know. Donkey, hey Celica. Celica, Donkey Kong. Guys. It's so good to see you all. Diddy, you're looking good, Celica. Kirby, it's great to see you again. Mario, same here. Celica, you're all here. It's great to see you all again. You're all with Team Loud Phoenix Storm. This is amazing. Me? Yes, it is. We did introductions and Celica was honored to meet us. Me? By the way, Celica, how did you wind up here on Crocodile Isle? Celica, I was sucked in through this powerful vortex and the next thing I knew I was here on this island. Me. A dimensional vortex. Nico. Our sensors didn't pick up a dimensional vortex here. Very. It must have been from underground. That's probably why the satellites didn't register it. Lisa. That could very well be the case. Very. Celica. Yes, I landed in a cave here. Me. And we just happened to be in the right place at the right time. We explained our mission there. Celica. Good thinking. I never liked K. Rool. He's so evil and bad. Bowser Jr. Tell me something we don't already know. Me. Let's head on, guys. We continued through the swamp and we came across a huge bramble field. Stickerbush Symphony plays. Lana. Wow. Look at these bramble vines. I touched them and I got poked by them. Me. Ouch. Wow. These thorns on these vines are really sharp. I was bleeding from my hand but my accelerated healing closed the wound. Lainey. They sure look really sharp. Eddie. This reminds me of where I ran through that bramble bush naked and it hurt really bad. Lynn. You told us about that, Eddie, and that must have really hurt. Lucy. How are we gonna get through these vines without getting hurt? Diddy. I know how. We have to be fired out of barrels. Me. Oh, I know this part. Nicole. This is one of my favorite parts in the Donkey Kong games. Donkey Kong. Mine too, Lady Nicole. Nicole. I don't like formalities, Donkey Kong. Just Nicole is fine. Donkey. Sorry. Me. Let's go. We got into the barrels and they fired us and we were being launched all over the place looking for a way out. We found it and we were laughing from all the fun we had being launched from the barrels. Me. That was awesome. Nicole. That was a lot of fun. Lori. That was literally the most fun I've had in a long time. Lynn. You said it, Lori, that was awesome. Lanky. Glad you all had so much fun. We continued on and we got to the boss of Cram Key. Cudgel. Me. Cudgel. Cudgel. That's right, you freaks, and I'm going to smash you up good. Nico. Not if I can help it. Nico pulled out his watermelon bazooka and fired watermelons and they hit him with incredible force and splattered all over him and then one exploded and blew him into the swamp and he landed with a huge splash. Curse splash. Lana. That got him. We saw his club on the ground. Luan. I could use this club. I can bash some skulls in with it. Me. Go for it, Luan. We got out of the swamp. Crazy Crim Land. We were in the old amusement park area of Crocodile Island called Crazy Crim Land. It was an amazing amusement loaded with rides and all kinds of fun games and a really cool roller coaster style track. Me. This looks more like the Jersey Boardwalk before it was destroyed by Hurricane Sandy. Lily. I would love all these rides. Lana. It's like a crocodile version of Dairyland. Lincoln. It sure does. Hey Lynn. I would love going on all these rides. Celica. Me too, hey Lynn. We went into a giant beehive and it was loaded with zingers and more. There was honey all over the floor and on the walls of the hive. Lori. This beehive is amazing. Luna scooped up some honey with her finger and tasted it. Luna. Smacks lips. MMM. Good honey dudes. Luan. Honey, I'm home. Laughs. Get it? Most of us laughed but everyone else groaned. Me. Laughs. That was funny. Aline C. That sure was funny. Vince. I agree. We trekked through the park and it was an amazing place. But then we got to a swamp called Mudhole Marsh and it was another creepy swamp. Me. This swamp is just as creepy as Cram Key. Tiny. It sure is. Candy. I would not want to be in this swamp any longer, guys. Very. Me neither. Aqua. Hey, look up there, guys. We looked where Aqua was pointing and we saw a treehouse. Me. That is a nice treehouse. Sora. That treehouse looks really familiar. Carrie. It sure does. Then we heard the sound of a baby crying. Lainey. There's a baby crying up there. Me. I hear it. Let's go check it out. We did so. We climbed the tree and went into the treehouse and opened the door, and we saw the house ransacked and some of the things were shredded. Me. Whoa. What happened here? Aqua. I don't know, but whatever it was, it happened without a warning. Lincoln. This house is very familiar to me somehow. Lynn. I know, bro. It's odd, but I can't put my finger on it. We saw a window broken and there was broken glass on the floor. Me. Looks like someone or something broke in. We found an old Victorian-era shotgun on the floor with 2 spent shell casings. Me. This is a Victorian-era shotgun. We don't use these kinds of guns anymore. Alice. British accent. We used them all the time in my time. Me. That was a long time ago. Lainey. 2 spent shell casings. Someone put up quite a struggle. Lana. It sure is odd. We looked in a corner and saw 2 bodies on the floor. Me. Uh-oh. We went over and looked them over. I tried to look for a pulse on the man, but there was none. Me. This man is dead. This might have happened just a few minutes ago. Lainey. What might have caused it? The woman groaned. Me. She's still alive. We went over to the woman and looked her over. She had nasty claw marks on her stomach and face. Me. Whoa. Those are nasty claw/marks. Sakura and Very looked her over. Very. These wounds aren't fatal. Lainey. I know her. That's Lady Alice Greystoke, the mother of Tarzan. Lana. Oh man. She is in really rough shape. Sakura. What could have caused this? Lola. I think this might be the cause. Lola found some bloody paw prints under a bunch of pillow feathers. I looked at them and recognized the mark. Me. These are leopard paw prints. Lincoln gasped in horror when he heard me say that. Lincoln. This is the work of Saber. Me. Saber? The rogue leopardess from Tarzan? Lincoln. That's her. She is extremely ferocious and extremely dangerous. Lainey. I read the book Tarzan, and Saber is a nasty creature. She is extremely cruel, ferocious, aggressive, merciless, bloodthirsty, and murderous. Me. I know. She's a dangerous creature, and anyone that stood up to her or opposed her ended up dead. Aqua. Is she here? Lana sniffed the air and she smelled nothing. Lana. I don't smell her or sense her. Me neither. Aqua. She must have gone back to her world. Sora. When Xehanort was killed, some of his lingering darkness must have brought back all the villains we killed. Me. And we recently killed Jafar, Ursula, and Morgana again. Sora. We sure did. Sakura. Let's help her out of here. Alice. I found the baby. He's so adorable. Lily. He sure is. Sakura and Very healed her as best as they could, and Lainey used her plant powers to form a stretcher. They put Lady Alice in it. Lincoln made some shadow clones and they grabbed both sides of the stretcher. Me. We can worry about Saber later. Right now let's move on. Lainey. I know. Little Tarzan was in Lily's arms and Lady Alice saw us. Lana. Lady Alice, you're gonna be alright. I promise. Lady Alice. Thank you. Where's my baby? Lily. He's okay. He's right here with me. Aqua. I promise you, Lady Alice, we will get you some help and you can tell us everything. Lady Alice. Thank you. She fell asleep. Me. She's just exhausted. She'll be alright when we get back home. Dixie. I can't believe Saber did that to her. Me neither, Dixie. We pressed on and we went into another big hive and we faced King Zing. Lori. That bee is literally huge. Me. That's King Zing. The Lord of the Zingers. Lynn. I got this. Lynn fired her tomato blaster and pelted it and it crashed to the ground. Donkey. Nice shooting, Lynn. Lynn. Thanks, DK. Celica. That was great shooting. We continued on. Gloomy Gulch. We were trekking through the haunted forest of Gloomy Gulch. It was a scary forest loaded with ghosts. Lucy, this forest is amazing. Lila, it scares me. Coconuts, this forest really gives me the creeps. Lincoln, at least you are not scrubbing Dr. Robotnik's feet. Coconuts, don't remind me Lincoln. Scratch, this forest is a wicked one. We saw lots of ghosts and it was creepy. Donkey Kong, this place is not that scary. Me, I know and ghosts never scare me. Lucy, I would call this forest my own little sanctuary and I would talk to all kinds of ghosts. Lainey, only you would love a spooky forest like this, Lucy. We continued on in the forest and out came two Arcanines. Me, Arcanines. Nico, awesome. I've always wanted an Arcanine. Me, same here. Let's get them. We used our water powers and weakened them and then we threw pokeballs and caught them. The red lights went off and we caught them. Me, awesome. Nico, nice job. Me, thanks, and you caught one too. Nico, yep. We're becoming great Pokemon users. Me, we sure are. We trekked on until we reached another crow's nest for a ship. And it was there that we found the ghost of Crow called Creepy Krow. Me, it's Crow and he's a ghost. Lucy, wicked. I got this. Lucy fired black licorice jelly beans at him and he exploded into stars. Me, nice shooting, Lucy. Lincoln, way to go, Lucy. Lucy, thanks guys. Tiny, that was awesome. Dixie, it sure was. Me, your next K. Rool. We were on our way. Krool's keep. We made it to K. Rool's keep and we were ready to face him. Me, this is it guys. It's time to give that overgrown lizard what for. Lori, let's do it. Lenny, this is totes gonna be fun. Me, yep. We went into the castle of K. Rool. We saw King K. Rool in the scales. Me, King K. Rool. Ruthless enemy of Donkey Kong and his crew. K. Rool, that's right. Team Loud Phoenix Storm and you stupid monkeys. How nice of you all to show up. Me, and we came to not only fight you but also rip you apart. K. Rool, let's dance then. We went at him and I punched him in the face. Edzilla, Ed Smash Lizard King. Edzilla pummeled K. Rool into pulp. Nico, to K. Rool King K. Rool, you have failed this island. Fires Brick's laser vision blast at him. May, nice shot. Nico, thanks. K. Rool, to Mario before, I was a challenge to you in baseball. Let's see how you fare against me in an actual fight. Mario, let's a dance. Lori, combo time guys. Everyone, yet. Lori fired blueberries and DK fired coconuts. Lori and Donkey Kong, coconut blueberry cluster bomb. The blueberries went into a coconut and it split open and went all over him and exploded. Lenny fired guava fruits and Diddy fired peanuts. Lenny and Diddy, guava shell puncher. The peanuts and guava fruit punched him all over the place. Luna fired plums and Lanky fired grapes. Luna and Lanky, purple fruit storm. The grapes and plums turned into many and they pounded K. Rool all over the place. Lewin fired bananas and Tiny fired feathers. Lewin and Tiny, comedy love blast. The feathers and bananas combined and they poked and splat him. Lynn and Chunky fired tomatoes and pineapples. Lynn and Chunky, tropical garden pulverizer. They pulverized him all over. Lincoln and Dixie fired oranges and lemons. Lincoln and Dixie, citrus stinger surprise. The oranges and lemons got into his eyes and burned him. Lucy and Cranky fired black licorice jelly beans and Brussels sprouts. Lucy and Cranky, most hated item barrage. They pummeled him and he was vomiting his guts out. Lainey and Candy fired strawberries and raspberries. Lainey and Candy, super fruit squisher storm. The raspberries and strawberries splat all over him and got him messy. Lola and Lana and Funky fired walnuts, grapefruit, and spiked boots at K. Rool. Lola, Lana, and Funky, rock hard smasher. They hit him and pulverized him a lot and it hurt him. Bad. Lisa and Lily fired limes and figs. Lisa and Lily, sour sweet destroyer. They hit him and puckered his lips up. Sonic, time for our combo. Spider-Man, you got it Sonic. Spider-Man fired web and Sonic ran fast. Sonic and Spider-Man, supersonic spider assault. The web merged with Sonic and turned him into a giant spider that moved faster than the speed of sound, and it went at K. Rool and thrashed him all over the place. Maria, let's use our combo Brian. Brian, I'm way ahead of you Maria. Maria fired water and Brian fired a railgun. Maria and Brian, aqua energy blast attack. The blasts combined and they hit K. Rool and exploded. Kaboom. K. Rool was on his last legs. K. Rool, I've had it with you all. Me, bring it on lizard lips. K. Rool, final smash. Blast-o-matic. I put up a force field and he dashed and rammed us and he sat on his throne and pressed a button and fired a massive super laser cannon at us and it hit the force field and exploded with incredible power. Crab ho 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 ho. When the smoke cleared we were still standing. Me, nice try scale belly. Donkey Kong, final smash time. Jungle Rush. Donkey Kong raised his fist and threw a strong punch. It connected and the color temporarily inverted, and Donkey Kong proceeded to throw a barrage of rapid punches at K. Rool. DK then finished him with an uppercut, followed by a chest beat. Diddy, my turn. Hyper Rocket Barrel. Diddy activated his rocket barrel pack and dashed in multiple directions, dealing damage to K. Rool. After a while, he locked on to K. Rool and unleashed one final attack that launched him into the air. Donkey Kong, let's use our grand finale final smash guys. Kongs, right. Super Flying Banana Blast. The Kongs fired lasers from their hands and they combined into one point and fired as a deadly and focused beam of energy that turned into a massive winged banana that soared at K. Rool at a blazing speed and it hit him and exploded with incredible power. Crab ho 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 ho. The entirety of Crocodile Island was completely destroyed in an instant. K. Rool was then thrown into the Pluto prison where he will stay for all eternity. His cellmate was King Dedede. K. Rool, curses. How dare those Kongs throw me in here? Dedede, that's what you get for trying to steal bananas instead of making an actual plan. K. Rool, well, at least I put up more of a fight, unlike you. Dedede, why you little? And with that, K. Rool and Dedede started beating each other up. It was going to be a long eternity for them. Back on Earth we cheered wildly and K. Rool was never gonna be seen again. Donkey Kong, to the viewers, this was the most fun we ever had. Next to the Super Smash tournament we had the best fun fighting K. Rool. Lincoln, you said it DK. Me, let's head home. We did so. Donkey Kong Island now lives in Lake Huron and we set up teleportation pads that can take them to us and back. Me and Celica went on a date to get to know each other and because of the ordinance I fall under she was now engaged to me after I got to know her more. Lady Alice was resting in our infirmary. She was glad to be in a civilized area. Lady Alice somehow got to our time from the 1890s and we told her that she was in the 21st century in the year 2019 and she would have to adapt to it. She was in a lot of pain from Saber's wounds. But she was on the road to recovery. We set up barrels all over Lana's jungle and it was a fun way to get around. The end. Another fanfiction complete. Donkey Kong has always been one of my favorite games for a long period of time. I played Donkey Kong Country on SNES for a long time and it was awesome. Donkey Kong came out in 1981 and it was the first ever Nintendo game. I also wanted to include Celica from Fire Emblem. I never played Fire Emblem but I saw the characters and they looked awesome. Nico-chan 11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man as usual. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time. Donkey Time is owned by Nintendo and Shigeru Miyamoto. Fire Emblem is owned by Shizukaga and Nintendo.